Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lanolin, and we are back with episode 39 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And let's actually just jump right in. So this episode, we're going to be working on, well, actually in the previous episode, we created this ME drive with all these awesome 4K ME storage cells, which we will kind of go into more detail about here in a little bit once we can actually access them. Oh yeah, and I was doing a little bit of work, and yeah, things went kaboom. Creeper came down these stairs, blew me up. I was sad. So anyway, let's get to work. So one thing I noticed is I have this little orange heart down here, which I'm not really sure why. I'm thinking maybe I was messing around with the heart canisters in my test world just because I've never really used them before. So I was kind of curious, and for whatever reason, I now have this orange heart on my bar because you get an extra heart whenever you make one of these heart canisters. It's really cool. So I figured, since for whatever reason it's telling me that I have one even though I clearly do not, I figures I might as well make one. So they are kind of expensive to make, actually. You need a jeweled apple, necrotic bone. Oops, almost forgot. You need the actual canister itself. Kind of important. So yeah, like I said, kind of expensive, but it's totally worth it because it gives you an extra heart. Now, you can eat them for, can be eaten to restore 30 hearts. Not really sure why you would do that unless you already max out your hearts. But there. Now we actually have an extra heart down there. That orange heart is now actually legit. See, there you go. Look, I took half an orange heart of damage. Hooray! So anyway, let's get to work. Like I said, this episode we're going to be working on getting to the crafting terminal. And of course, depending on how much time we have left in the episode, more stuff. But for now, let's focus on making this crafting terminal and, seeing how it works with our system. Now, it's actually pretty straightforward to make. And I realize now that if I actually would have sit here and created all the different things that I needed to make, it probably would have taken the entire episode. Because I think it took me about half an hour to get it all ready. So let's get started. As mentioned, the crafting table is the crafting terminal is our goal. So to get to that point, we need to go ahead and make an illuminated panel, which is pretty easy. We have right here, bam, illuminated panel. Now after that illuminated panel, we need to go ahead and step forward a little bit. Here we go. We need a formation core and annihilation core, and of course, a logic processor. Now the lore of Applied Energistics, if you want to say Applied Energistics has lore, which, it kind of does. Applied Energistics, at its core, what it does is it creates and destroys matter. Like it annihilates the matter. That's why you have an annihilation core and a formation core. This will make more sense once you actually see the ME terminal in action, if you've never seen it before. But yeah, you put items into the terminal and it turns it into data. And then you take them back out of the terminal and it turns them back to the item. That's the lore, if you will, behind Applied Energistics. That's how it makes sense, right? Right. So, as we were, let's grab a formation core. Let's grab our annihilation cores, which they're fairly easy to make. And you get 2, which is nice. But it just requires 3 completely different things from the mod. That's kind of where the tediousness comes from for making these guys. But with Applied Energistics, we can actually make this tediousness nothingness. Hooray! So now that we have our illuminated panel. Oh, just kidding. We need to make our regular-ass ME terminal. Bam! Nothing happened. Why? Because I don't actually have everything I need. I thought I did, but I left it in here. Nice. ME terminal. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to check out what we can do with this ME terminal before we change it into the crafting terminal. So let's run upstairs and get to work. So one thing we need to do is power this stuff. It's kind of important. This ME drive has no power. That's why it's just got the little gray squares there. And actually, I almost forgot. We need an energy adapter. Or acceptor, sorry. Now, I could actually run glass cable, the flux cable, up from this stuff down here, which, by the way, I went ahead and remodeled. Looks nice now. Move stuff around. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. Eventually, I'll get facades and put them down there, but for now, I'm not super worried about it, as this will probably still change a little bit in the future as we add and subtract things. So, we'll see. But yeah, I could run this glass cable all the way upstairs, but that seems like kind of a waste of cable at the moment. Now, in the future, we will probably be very frivolous, or not very frivolous. We'll be very, man, I can't think of the word, but we'll use a bunch of it as whatever. Just like la la la, throw it around like it's nothing. But for now, we got to be kind of see, this is how. Ooh, give me your hat. Nice. Yeah, this is how the creeper killed me. Or it didn't kill me, but it blew up all my stuff. So maybe I should kind of do something about that. Because since we're going to have our AE stuff down here, we're really not going to want to be messed with. We don't want that stuff being knocked all over the place. Especially since it's kind of expensive to make. So anyway, let us grab some of these energy conduits. Because we need to connect some stuff up. Oh, there we go. Nice. So let's run up here. Dude. Come on, let me up. How far up do we want to go? I guess to like right there. Well, now let's do one of these. Actually, that is a pointless turn. So let's actually get a little bit tiny over here. Because I think I'm going to actually put the terminal like actually where this hole is. So let me knock this out real quick. Ooh, actually I can't knock that out. This needs to stay here. So this hole is where I put the terminal. Kind of convenient that the creeper knocked that out. So let me actually run this down here like that. And over to here. Now again, I would knock out this block right here, but I can't. I need that for the smelteries. So just keep that in mind if you're like spurging out over me wiring things all silly. Although I guess I could go a different direction. All right, so give me a sec. Whoop. There we go. So let's keep wiring in this direction, actually. Keeping in mind that we can't break the seared bricks because they are necessary. Ooh. And we have to be a little bit careful about where we're going. So let me put that back. There we go. So where are we at? We're right here. Okay. I don't think we can go this way. I mean, we could, but I'd have to make a bunch of facades and all that stuff. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. We don't need to deal with that. So let's actually just go ahead and go this way like I was planning on to begin with. Ooh. Now that I think about it, I think I will actually need to go through the wood at least a little bit, again, because of these seared bricks. Kind of unfortunate, but it's okay. I will unfortunately need to make some facades, but I mean, I say unfortunate. It's not a big deal. It just takes a little bit of time. Plus, it gives me the opportunity to show you guys how facades work with Applied Energistics, because it's a little bit different. Applied Energistics uses their own facades for, I don't know, whatever reason. What they do. So let's hook this up. Doot. That guy should be getting power now. Run this over there. Nice. And then run this up. Just a little bit. And then run it in this direction. And... oh, I gotta go in here. Ah! Bam! Now this guy... look at that! Oh, they're green! They're on! Hell yeah. Okay, so now what we can do is we can come over to this guy and hook up the terminal. Whoa. Give me that bag. Now we can click on it. Ooh, look, a whole bunch of space. And look at that, we can put stuff. Isn't that cool? We can put stuff in there. We can access it. That is freaking sick. Whoop. And we can type stuff. So as you can see, we now have 34 of 4,900 or 4,096 bytes used, and 1 of 63 item types. So the storage cells themselves can actually hold whole lots and lots. Goes all the way up to 64K, and then I don't even know what the hell. I mean, these are like extra things. Actually, no, this is a part of Applied Energistics. Okay, so these have been added. Extra cells, another part, an add-on for Applied Energistics that I added, adds liquid versions of cells. These storage cells that can store liquid, which is really cool. We'll probably look into it later on. But I could have swore originally they added these super large cells, but I guess Applied Energistics went ahead and added them natively. Pretty cool. But yeah, these guys are huge. 128 cubed is what it looks like. And then, yeah, 2 cubed, maybe 16 cubes. So yeah, they get massive. as far as how much they can hold. So, but they're always going to be limited by the types, meaning that you can only have 63 different types of items. So if you, for example, if you have an item that doesn't stack, that's going to hold up that's going to take a type. So if I put 63 enchanted bows in here, they're going to take up all 63 spots, even though it has so much room for space. You know what I mean? So as you can see, we got a little bit of cobblestone in here. Now, even though it says 14 cobblestone, in there it said 33 bytes. There's like some like behind the scenes number that calculates that I don't know. So even though there's 14 cobblestone, it's not going to take up 14 bytes. It's going to take up 34 bytes. Again, I'm not sure exactly. Why are you being weird? There we go. Again, I'm not sure exactly what the formula is that comes up, or the algorithm, whatever you want to call it, that comes up with the byte amount for each item in the world. But hey, you know, as we move on, it'll make a little bit more sense, and you know, you'll see. So let's toss a bone in there, for example. How much does it use? 33. Again, not really sure what it is exactly that gives it that number, but there you go. So what's really nice about this is that you can literally toss everything in here. Just la da 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 da. Look at that. Is that awesome? You can just walk away, go do your thing. Oh man, I tossed my mana tablet in there. I'm so slow. I need my mana tablet back. I'm going to take it all out of here with all my other inventory. How cool is that? And so that is why we're getting into applied energistics, because I'm really tired of dealing with chests and going from chest to chest to chest to chest to find all my stuff. I mean, granted, at this point, I have a pretty good grasp on where all my stuff is, but, you know, stuff's starting to get full, man. And I don't really want to sit here and upgrade all these chests, because unfortunately, with Equivalent Exchange, you have to replace the chests manually. Like, I got to dump all this crap out and then put the new chest down. That kind of sucks. Now, if I would have used iron chests, that would have been a completely different story. And I might have actually stuck with the chests for a little bit longer. But hey, you know what? We're moving into the new world. Applied Energistics time. So, what now that we have a kind of an idea of how the regular terminal works, let's upgrade this beast to the crafting terminal. Oh, yeah. So, pretty simple. Just toss them in there with a crafting table and a calculation processor, which we learned how to make in the previous episode. Pretty straightforward. Boom. A much bigger table. Yes. Yes, it is. So that is it for crafted stuff today that I had pre-made. So now we can toss this crafting terminal on here. Look at that. Super nice. Let me grab... There we go. So again, like I said about the facades, there are some cool like facade things that you can do with Applied Energistics, which we will get into this episode since we are going to have a little bit more extra time than I originally planned for, which is nice. So let me open this up. Nice. So look at that. Now we have a crafting terminal that we can work on. That is sick. So let's take a look. So what are some things that we can make with cobblestone? Oh, we can actually set this to we can set it to synchronize with NEI. So you can type stuff in there. Auto search, standard search. Here we go. NEI synchronized auto. That means, let me clear this out. That means when we type something in like cobblestone, it'll show up over here in not enough items. How cool is that? Then we can, here we go. And pro tip, click out to be able to like type. Oh, why isn't it working? All right, well, that's one of the downsides, unfortunately, to the NEI synchronized auto is sometimes, or maybe standard will work. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you want NEI synchronized standard to be able to use the inventory tweaks, recipe, R and U keys. So we can see, you know, all the different things cobblestone is used for. Oh, look, we want to make some stone stairs. All right, so shift click that. Oh my goodness. That really just... Oh my god, we can just keep doing it until we're out. Oh my... Oh, wow. 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 Oh my goodness. So, as amazing as that was, we now need to move a bunch of stuff from all of these chests into that system. And you're like, wow, that's actually going to take forever because you have to click in each individual thing. No. Don't worry about that. We've got that covered. Applied Energistics is probably one of the most powerful things in modded Minecraft for automating lots and lots of processes. Some mod authors, Vasky from Britannia, don't particularly care for some of the stuff that you can automate using, mods like automating Britannia stuff rather, using stuff like applied energistics. I mean, like, it's all good. She says it's all good, but it's one of those things that she kind of like sneezes at, like, yeah. So anyway, off on a little tangent there. But as we were, I love it. I think applied energistics is amazing, and I love being able to pretty much automate all sorts of stuff with it. Now, keep in mind, some of the automation stuff that you can do with applied energistics kind of relies on some other mods, but we'll get into that as it comes up. Don't want to blab too much about stuff that I haven't really talked about yet. So this import bus is going to allow us to kind of work with these chests in a different manner than what you're probably used to. Again, if you haven't played with applied energistics. So first things first, luckily we have most of these items already. I have a crap ton of pistons. I also actually have a crap ton of slime balls. So we can do this really quick. I actually had slime balls on me. Why did I have slime balls on me? What the heck? Like what? Alright, anyway. And then an annihilation core, which we have one of, so I'm going to have to make more if we need to do anything else. And a couple ingots. Again, they're not too hard to make. They just require gathering a couple different things, which can be a bit tedious. Annihilation core. Here we go. So, import bus. Hell yeah. So, one thing to keep in mind is, like, applied energistics tries to make some sort of logical sense. So, when you're talking about bringing things into your applied energistics system, you want to put stuff into it. You want to use, obviously, an import bus, because it works kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, so I'm going to go in a different direction. Import bus makes sense. You're importing stuff into the applied energistics system. Just like if we wanted to get stuff out of it, we would use an export bus to export stuff or exit things out of the system. It makes sense. So, yeah. And since we're also bringing stuff into the applied energistics system, meaning it's turning from an item into data, so to speak, we have to annihilate it. Nice. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to place it, let's say, right there. Right there. It's pretty neat, too, just like a lot of stuff from Applied Energistics. Little multi-block. Nifty doodad. Cool. So we're going to leave that right there for a second. The next thing that we're going to do is going to make ourselves a dolly. What do you make, a diamond dolly? Wow. I did not know that. I wonder what the difference is. So a dolly pretty much does exactly what you would expect. Or maybe it doesn't. What are you expecting it to do? Bwamp. Wait. Bwamp. Oh, I can't pick. Oh, I can't pick up equivalent exchange chests. That is awful. Well, oh man. Okay, so apparently I can't pick up equivalent exchange chests with the dolly, which kind of sucks, but I will make it work. But normally with the dolly, what you can do is that. Hell yeah. I can actually put a whole bunch of stuff in here. Stuff. And pick it up. Whee! And move it somewhere else. Haha. Isn't that cool? Unfortunately, though, it doesn't seem to work on equivalent exchange chests, which is pretty depressing, actually. Pahimar, fix this. Fix this! I mean, it might be intended, actually, because they're like magical special super chests. But, I don't know. Maybe I can pick it up with the diamond dolly. Oh wow, it has an equivalent exchange value, but I can't pick up the chests? Come on! I don't think the diamond dolly's gonna let me do it. I mean, I guess I can test it with my emeralds, but I don't want to toss my emeralds. Well, that being said, I guess we'll have to go about this a different route. So, let me grab a chest out of here. And come upstairs and toss it in front of this import bus. Now, originally my idea was going to be to take the chests and toss them up here next to this import bus, and then let the import bus import them into the system. Oh, isn't that cool? Now we have chests in there. Now it's obviously going to put, in case you didn't know, this import bus is going to suck stuff from the chest and put it into our applied energistics system. Now it's going to put stuff, the first stuff is obviously going to go into this first storage cell and then back and forth. Left to right to left to right to left to right, all the way down. And then it'll choose another cell, or another drive. And if there's no more drives in here, it's going to find its next, if it's out of cells, it's going to find its next drive. and so on and so forth. That's why I have all this cobblestone in here, to represent what will eventually be more IMI drives, because we will run out of space pretty quickly. We might actually run out of space just for what we have right now, with these 3 drives at least. So what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of time pretty much doing this right here. It's going to suck up each individual thing and bring it into the system. Now, right now, it's pretty slow. It has an import, yeah, see, as we can see here, import bus. It has some space if you want to whitelist stuff, like say you only want it to suck up potatoes. Only suck up baked potatoes, please. You can put a little thing in there, it'll only suck up baked potatoes. This type of specific stuff we'll get into once we start using it, but, you know, if you're somebody who wants to, like, explore applied energistics between episodes, or, you know, you don't want to wait for me and you want to get all into it, just a couple tips for you. And of course, if you wanted to speed it up, we have a few augment slots over here that we can use, which again, I might mess around with, but it moves quick enough. So give me a little bit of time. I am going to rock this off camera and move all of this crap into our applied energistics system, except for probably this stuff. This stuff we need to actually work on, because we have a ton, an absolute boatload of XP. Like, I actually filled up the XP drain because I went mining and I got a bunch of XP and I literally have nowhere else to put it. This thing is maxed out, max capacity. So it's definitely about time that we start working towards that ender quarry. We have more than enough XP to enchant all the books and stuff that we need. Come open, what the heck? There we go. All right, so I will be right back. I'm going to move all of our stuff into our applied energistics system that we finally got going. I should also keep in mind, the bigger you make your applied energistics system, like the more cables and import buses and every little tiny thing that you add to this thing costs power. It costs overall power. There's a way that I can actually show you the power, but I mean how much power it's using, but I don't quite have that block set up yet. But we'll look into that once we get to that point. I'll be able to show you guys all the little power bits going on. Which block is it that lets me see? I don't remember. But anyway, I'll look into it. Don't worry. We will see in the future. So I'll be right back. I'm going to start dumping stuff into here. Also, as you put more stuff into here and your inventory grows, that also affects how much power. Every time something is imported into the system, that costs power. A very little amount of power, but a little bit. So, like when I toss this diamond chisel in there, that costs power. That right there. For it to suck up and go into the system, that costs power. For me to take it out, that costs power. Again, a very little amount, but keep that in mind if you're somebody who goes absolutely crazy with applied energistics, like I'm probably going to do. So eventually it'll get to the point where this energy conduit just won't be enough. So keep that in mind. So like I said, I will be back. Oh, I forgot, but I actually have the greatest dolly ever. I have the Britannia magnet. Oh, look at that. I have like 3 chests full of crap right here. Like, I'm actually surprised I'm not lagging. Yeah. Oh, I did not mean to toss that in there. I mean, it's all good. I just was trying to not, and I failed. So it's moving quite along, or moving pretty quickly. Now, it sucks I couldn't pick up this chest with the dolly, but it's still a huge chest, and thanks to the Britannia magnet, this is actually like pretty straightforward and simple. Now, the import bus can, of course, be very, very quick. We could speed it up pretty massively with some... Where are they at? Capacity cards, crafting cards, redstone card. Here we go, acceleration cards. They're not too expensive, but I don't really have any diamonds on hand. I'd have to EE3 them up, and I'm not really trying to do that at the moment. So it's moving fast enough for me, I guess. I also have a lot of things with lots of big stacks. So I just wanted to point that out that, yeah, if you have yourself a magnet and you're moving your stuff not too terribly far, this works actually wonderfully. Just get yourself a nice big huge chest. Put all your small stack items there first so they can start sucking everything up, and do all your big stack items. It actually would probably be easier to just do the big stacked items manually, or to just do this. So anyway, I'll be back. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this up. Thanks for watching, you guys. You guys are the greatest. I don't say that enough. I will be back. All right, so as I said, I knew we were going to fill up on our types, but I didn't realize we were going to fill up on our types so quickly. one thing I actually want to point out, if you're somebody who likes to play kind of like back and forth in creative mode and stuff like this, and you have a bunch of items below you like this, never switch to creative mode, ever. I've made this mistake, and I've lost many, many items doing so. This is something that I actually mentioned earlier in the series. It happened to me. I was screwing around with some stuff, and I ended up losing a bunch of stuff. So just keep that in mind. Don't be dumb. Now, I'm not saying I was in creative mode cheating or anything. I was just saying that, you know, I was just messing around with stuff and happened to switch over to creative mode, and I ended up screwing myself pretty hard. So, yeah, just, you know, keep that in mind. So, unfortunately, we're capped on our different types. Now, I know this because, A, I can't put anything new into the applied energistics system, and these colors have turned orange. Now, they're green, everything's good to go. No problems. They're orange, that means their types are maxed out. See, 63 of 63 types, maxed out. So as you can see, the bytes aren't maxed out. We actually have more than enough storage for everything. We just, however, are maxed out with our different types. That means we're going to need to make more storage cells. Now, if they were red, if they're like the red dot, that would obviously mean that they're full. Please stop cramming stuff into me. I can no longer take any more. So looking at this, we have a lot of different types of stuff that we still need to compensate for. Probably way more than 63 different types. So we need to make more storage cells. I'm gonna imagine we're probably gonna want to make 3, maybe 4 more storage cells just to be safe. However, it does kind of seem like we pretty much have the vast majority of the items that we're gonna just kind of come across. So we should be all right as far as types go once we make ourselves a few more storage cells. Now, again, all size storage cells are going to have the types issue. All size storage cells are limited by the 63 different types, all of them. So if you're sitting there sprugging out in YouTube comments going, oh, I need to make a bigger one, just stop, calm down. See, they're all affected by 63 types, calm down. So, anyway. Moving forward, I'm going to need to make more storage. But I'm not super worried about it right now. At least I don't think I should be, because it kind of looks like all of my main building stuff is in there. So we should be all right. Cool. So what I want to actually do at the moment for the rest of this episode is kind of work on taking care of how ugly all this stuff is. At the moment, it's kind of not pretty. You know, we can kind of see everything, and that's no fun. So let's take a look at what we can do as far as facades for applied energistics. So creating facades with applied energistics is pretty straightforward. It's probably more straightforward than most other mods. It's just, you know, when you need to make different types of facades, it can be a little bit bothersome, but that's okay. We will be making facades using the applied energistics cable anchors. That's pretty straightforward. Again, you can make a facade of pretty much anything, I think, with applied energistics facades. It's really straightforward. Just 4 cable anchors and then whatever block that you want a facade in the center. And you get 4 of them. It's pretty nice. And again, you can pretty much do everything. There are, of course, some mods that it doesn't work with or some blocks that it won't work with, but you're pretty much good to go. I mean, even to like weird blocks. Like, it's all good. So how do we make cable anchors? I actually don't know. Any ingot and another quartz cutting knife. Oh, okay. So these cutting knives are actually something that we're going to use a lot. Well, we used to use them a lot. I guess we don't use them too much anymore. Shift click. Oh, so close. I guess that means our nether quartz ore didn't make it in. No, it didn't. Ah, that sucks. But it's okay. There we go. Another quartz cutting knife. And clear that out. I wish I could toss you in there. And I'm taking out these dandelions. Get out of there, dandelions. Oh, no! It tossed something new in. I forgot that chest was there. Get out of there, bone meal. All right, nice. All the nether quartz going in. So I can go ahead and toss the rest of this in there. Cool, cool, cool. Nice. Get out of there, enchanted book. Ah, crap. All right, anyway, as we were, we need to make a bunch of these guys. So I'm pretty sure it's like any ingots. Any ingots are all good. Let's switch this to number of items. I don't always care for number of items because sometimes when you change things, it tends to like screw up. Oh, crap. We lost iron spot. All right, so like move this chest or disable this or something. Let us actually take that off for now so it'll stop sucking stuff up. Let's Screw you, sugarcane. All right, let's put the iron back in there. All right, so as we were, actually, screw it. There. Some cable anchors. Pretty easy. Obviously, this thing will take damage. It takes a decent amount of damage, too, so you will be making a handful of these throughout your world, if you will. So let's go ahead and toss those guys down there. And I wanted to make great wood planks. Boom. Oh, look at that. Great wood planks is one of the things that can't be facaded. Awesome. Hooray. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to probably change out the floor. That's okay, though. I'm pretty sure we can... Now, if we can't do blue power basalt, I'm going to be a little bit angry. Is that the tile? I need to go make a tile. In case you're curious, making the tile is pretty easy. You just take basalt and just smelt it again. I'm pretty sure I've said this already, but, you know, it's been a few episodes, so I figured I'd mention it a couple times here and there for those who may have forgotten. Please work. Honestly, this is the only one that I really, really, really want to work. Oh, thank God. Okay. The great wood planks not working sucks, but it's not a big deal. I can use different wood. Even though I really like the great wood planks, I can use different wood. I could have swore that worked. I could have swore you could use great wood planks. Huh. Well, like I said, you can use pretty much any freaking block in the entire freaking game. But there are some you can't, and they happen to be the one that I want to use. So yeah, these guys are really nice. Unfortunately, they don't look like they're going to multi-block connect, which is kind of lame. I thought they did, but whoops. Kind of lame. Wah, wah. They might with other blocks. Just again, the basalt tiles are kind of new-ish. So yeah. So next episode, I'll probably have these great wood planks switched out and all that fun stuff. I might actually go ahead and switch out the top layer of the basalt tile and just do the little trick that I did with these guys. But we'll see. We'll see. I might come back and have a completely different floor in here because I can't facade these guys. And this is kind of going to be the main AE room in the future. Applied Energistics from here on probably referred to as AE. So yeah, going forward, kind of blows, but I'm going to have to replace the great wood planks in at least this room. So yeah, that is going to actually conclude it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some of the cool stuff that we can do with Applied Energistics. Next episode, I'm going to probably do a good chunk of work changing out the floor, like I said. I'm going to create some more storage cells so we can actually get the whole rest of our inventory up here. Again, I thought I would have a little bit more space, but I definitely underestimated the amount of inventory that I have. Holy crap. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin. This has been episode 39 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play. I hope you guys join me next episode, episode 40. We're going to dive into some of the automation that we can do with Applied Energistics. Well, maybe not any automation yet. I think what I'm going to do is hook up this system to some other systems that we have throughout the base. Specifically, our wool and maybe our wood. Our wood is kind of really far away, so we might hold off on the wood. But I'm definitely going to try and connect it up to the compacting drawers here and these drawers here. So we have access to those guys through our crafting monitor right here. Trust me, it is awesome. You guys, if you've never seen something like this before, if you've never seen Applied Energistics connect to other mods and allow you to access this stuff from another location through a monitor like this, oh man, you guys are in for a treat. So definitely tune in for episode 40. Hell yeah, it's gonna be amazing. And also, if you are limited on power and you want to make a system like this, you can use the same switch that I use downstairs with our crystal growth accelerators on this guy right here to turn this on and off. Now keep in mind, if it's off, you will not be able to access your inventory, but it will help immensely as far as power consumption goes. We're doing okay on power consumption, so I'm not super worried about it. In the future, I might implement something like that, but for now, I think we're all good. So again, thanks for watching, guys. I have been Lanolin. This has been episode 39 of Modded Minecraft. I will catch you next time. Bye.